The exact position of your stance in snooker has a direct impact on how straight you're able to deliver the cue. So here's how you can fix your aim on the line of the shot, as well as what you can practice to improve your alignment. This is Break from Life. Welcome back, and it's your first time watching one of our videos, and it's fantastic to have you here. In snooker, everybody needs practice time to improve. It's hard to imagine anybody getting any better at the game when they're away from a snooker table. However, even if you practice a lot more, there's no guarantee you'll even improve. And I know there's a lot of snooker players out there who have been playing to the same standard for at least the last 30 years. So why is this? Well, let's look at the obvious first. The game gets harder the better you get at it. So have these players reached the peak of their ability? Most of them will tell you that they have, but if you watch them for long enough, you'll find they're playing nowhere near their true ability. They're just unable to consistently maintain it. And it's interesting how many times just a small adjustment can make everything drop into place. Because the straighter you're able to cue, the more simplistic every other part of your game suddenly becomes. One of these small adjustments is how you stand on the shot, but why is it so critical? Well, when you're down on a shot with a good technique, you can only really play the cue ball in one direction. And as soon as you stand on the shot, you're committing yourself to playing the shot in a certain way, literally as soon as your feet touch the floor. In a previous video all about straight cueing, I showed how important it was to prepare for your shot correctly. And this video is going to look in detail at step 2 and 3 of that process, walking in on line and accurate foot placement. But let's start with walking in on line, because it can be difficult to get your cue at the right angle. There is, of course, a way to fix your cue's position on the line of the shot. But what is it? So this is the line of the shot, a straight line coming straight back from the potting angle of the object ball, straight through the centre of the cue ball, and hopefully directly along your cue. You can imagine this line going straight back across the floor, and ideally you want your head, your cue, and your standing foot vertically above this line. If you stand holding your cue out in front of you like this and position it in between the cue ball and the potting angle, it should naturally give you the line of the shot. You can then walk in with your head above the cue, which will make sure you can see the angle correctly, and by doing this you should have brought your cue in perfectly on line. And luckily doing this didn't permanently break my camera. What you're going to need to do is bring your cue in on line every single shot. And what this will mean is, because you brought it in on line, you won't be coming across the shot at an angle and start cueing across the ball. And the best way of doing this is to just walk in with your cue in your cue hand on the line of the shot and with your eyes directly above it. So you're looking at exactly where you're going to play the shot, looking exactly where you lined it up to, then you're on the shot in the perfect position to pot the ball. Walking in on the line of the shot makes everything more straightforward. This is your stance, your cueing, and the way you sight the ball. And possibly the most critical thing about it is how it affects the way you sight the shot. You don't want to be settling for walking in nearly on line. You want to get it as accurate as possible, because if you can keep your head on the line of the shot all the way to the table, this will increase your consistency, and that's just going to make it easier for you to improve at the game. And we're currently being watched by Safran Khan in Rawalpindi, Pakistan. It's also critical to position your feet accurately, because the majority of players will have the cue resting both against the side of their body and their chin. This has the effect of fixing you on line for any shot, but if you stand in the wrong place, it's just going to guarantee you miss. So here's how you work out where to stand on the shot. Here the tape is unnecessary, hard to get in the right place, and I'm only really using it as a visual aid so you can see where I'm standing. The best way to find the line of the shot is just to hold your cue above it, as I showed you earlier. From here we're just looking for your exact foot placement, which depending on the size of your body will be somewhere on or around the line. I know from experience this wasn't the right point to place my foot, but everything felt right and everything looked on line, so it was a little surprising when I saw the shot miss. But why did it miss? Well, I was actually stood too far to the right, which meant my whole body was too far over in this direction, which meant there was no way I could deliver the cue straight on the line of the shot. Standing with the outside of my foot on the line wasn't right either, because it felt like I was going to topple over sideways sideways as soon as I got down to the table. For the majority of players playing snooker, you're going to want to have some part of your foot on the line of the shot. So start by positioning your foot on this line, importantly at an angle that feels comfortable and hopefully allows you to keep that leg straight. When you're down on the shot, this should feel balanced and shouldn't feel like you're going to topple over to either side or backwards. And if you feel like you're going to topple over backwards, you just stood too close to the table. But the most valuable part of this is how accurately you're able to position this foot. A few millimeters out either way can result in you consistently missing pots. As soon as you get it right, every single shot you play will go exactly where you expect it to. So just remember the angle you had your foot at when you did this. The position of your other foot can be crucial as well. You want it slightly in front of your other foot, ideally with your knee bent. But again, the perfect position for this will be unique to you. So you just need to play around with it until the shots you're playing start to become very, very predictable. But the most valuable thing here is the accurate positioning of this foot on the line of the shot. And if you want to find out more about how to stand in snooker, then try a video how to stand in snooker. It's in the card right now and on the Break From Life channel page, along with a load of other videos to help you dominate at the game and make the commitment to becoming a better player by subscribing to the channel, which is hopefully exactly what David from Tianjin, China has done. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to start a little way back from the shot. This gives us room to walk in on line. So we're going to start on line with the shot, so we can see where the cue there, it's coming straight back. And we're going to use our foot, and you can see our foot there, that's where we're going to walk in. We know exactly where to place it on the line. So we're just going to come in like that, keep the cue nice and on line all the way through it, and then just pop the ball. That goes nice and straight, so we know we've got our foot exactly in the right place. And we can do exactly the same thing again on the black. Now, it should go without saying, you shouldn't be looking at your foot as we walk in to the shot, because you're not going to be looking at where you're aiming on the object ball. So, same thing again, we're back from the shot, we're on a straight line with it, we're keeping our head and our foot and our cue all on line as we walk in, get up to the ball nicely, and we're nicely on line to play the pot already. The good thing about this is I can finally explain exactly what I mean when I say don't change your mind on the shot. You see, from back here, we've already picked our angle on the red. So from that point onwards, we know exactly where we want to go to play the shot. We can see the line of the shot all the way back through to where we're standing. So once we've done that, we can just walk in on line like this, and we've already targeted the point we're aiming for. And our cue, I don't know if you can see it, it's nicely against our body. So when we play the shot, we can't actually play it that wrong. We can only really play it on the line we've chosen. The problem is because this is an angle shot, there's a good chance we can line it up wrong, and you can't always trust yourself. And the problem is, if you get down on the shot at this stage, and you stop trusting yourself and you think, yeah, it's a bit that way. I mean, we've still potted the ball there, we haven't missed the shot. But it does mean the cue balls run away from us a fair bit here, and it takes me a few shots actually to get back in position. But the more important thing is the next time you go to play a similar shot, you're not going to trust that you got down in the right position either. Just remember, in snooker, the point at which you stop trusting your technique is the point where it becomes impossible to improve beyond. Alex Zanella is from Herefordshire in the UK, and I hope you found some solution to your glasses problem. So here's the best way to practice walking in online and accurately placing your foot. Get a large group of balls together and place one on the blue spot, then position the white straight in line with one of the corner pockets as close to the red as you can comfortably reach it. Then simply try to pot the red, normally as a stun shot. If you do pot the red, then just play the same shot again with the white slightly further away from the red, making it ever so slightly harder. Every time you pot the red, then just move it slightly further away, and every time you miss it, move it slightly closer. You'll find this will average itself out at the position where you can just about comfortably pot the ball. And this is a great shot to be playing when you're practicing walking into the shot, keeping your head, your cue and your foot on line all the way through and on the way to the table. And you'll find you'll only be able to move the cue ball further and further back if you're placing your foot with increasing accuracy. I found the point at which I was able to comfortably pot the ball most of the time was just in front of the baulk line. But there's a lot more to being able to cue straight than just positioning your body in the right place by standing accurately on the line of the shot. And our video, Snooker Straight Cueing, explains exactly how you can do this with exercises to improve your game. And if you want to find out more about how to aim in the game and how to line these shots up, then try our video, Snooker How to Aim Basic. And remember, don't just watch, play, and make the commitment to becoming a better player by subscribing to the channel and visit the website. See you later.